to work. Do you think those people are still in the DOJ and FBI?
I hope not. Well, if they are, we're going to seek them out. We'll seek them out. We'll get rid of them. Okay? Because you have in every agency, you have scum. And certainly they did in the FBI and DOJ. But Todd Blanche is doing a fantastic job. Kash is doing a very good job. So we will prevail. I've been standing here a long time with you, many years, right? And they've been saying, I think it's it. I think he's troubled. Here I am, you know. It's a very constant situation. But I think you're going to find that we have great people in the FBI and we have great people in DOJ. Todd Blanche has really been doing a great job.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the DOJ just arrested someone that was in the DOJ when Jack Smith was there, who stole a report for his probe looking into Donald Trump when it comes to the classified documents case. And you won't believe what she classified this as when she sent it to her own email.
We'd appreciate if you'd subscribe, like, and share. It's totally free, and it gives a huge boost to the channel.
All right, so you got a 30-year-old murder you solve and you prosecute, a major international money launderer from Venezuela, get that done. And then you also bring some accountability to something that concerns a lot of Americans, abusive federal prosecutors, people who do things wrong under the color of government. Someone in your own employ was trying to take a sealed, classified Jack Smith report, one that a court said you can't make public, and disguise it as a cake recipe and try to email it to herself. You brought her to justice, even on your own team. Tell us how that came to be.
So this is a troubling case because it's from one of our former.
Yes, you heard that right. She disguised it as a cake recipe, and what particular cake? Bunk cake. And she's trying to convince people this was a bunk cake recipe when really it was a report that was not supposed to be released about the investigation into Donald Trump and when it comes to the classified documents case.
What's funny is if people are stooping to these levels to leak information, just imagine how deep this goes. If they're using cake recipes, imagine what else.
Not only as federal prosecutors assisting U.S. attorneys, but one of our former leaders. It's a person that ran an office in Fort Pierce that we call him a MAUSA, a managing assistant United States attorney. And there's very serious charges against her. She was, the grand jury charged her on Tuesday. She had her initial appearance today. It's a 4-count indictment. And basically what she was trying to do is steal government documents. For what purpose? We'll let when she has her day in court come out, happen. We'll let that come out. But she was trying to steal government documents for some purpose that she wasn't authorized for. And she renamed those government documents to, bunk cake recipe, chocolate chip cookie recipe, something of that nature. Don't exactly quote me on that. But one of these charges, right. 18 U.S.C. 1519, it's a maximum prison term of 20 years. This is very, very serious stuff.
This sends a message to other prosecutors. Don't fool with the law. Obey the law you're supposed to uphold. This probably is a message to any prosecutor. Don't cross this line, right?
I think it's not only a message to any prosecutor, it's a message to any government employee that you have an obligation. You take an oath to work for the government. And you take that oath to support and defend the Constitution and to do your duties well and faithfully. And we take that here in the Southern District of Florida very seriously.
The whole idea is you're supposed to be impartial. Party isn't supposed to matter. None of this should be obviously leaked. And we saw during Trump's first term, there were leaks everywhere, coming out of every office. And you could see these charges carry real prison terms, real punishment. I don't think she'll get 20 years, but she could. That's the point. And she's going to get a chunk of it if found guilty. And this is what has to happen to stop the leaking across the board. You have to start putting some people in jail.
I'm sorry, I had to say something about you're acting like it stopped it stopped overnight with the leaking. It's still happening now. Matter of fact, they were leaking stuff about Trump when he wasn't even in office. You know, perfect example is his tax documents, how much he was making and stuff like that. And he actually won a lawsuit because of it, you know. So the thing is, what we're seeing here, in my opinion, is hopefully the beginning of going after the deep state and bringing some of these deep staters to justice. Hopefully this is the beginning. And I hope she doesn't get 20 years. I think that's a little much. But 10 years, I think it's worth it. Because the fact is, we need to make an example out of someone, and this is a perfect somebody to make an example of these federal employees. This is not what you do. Your ideological bent does not decide whether or not you can follow the Constitution or not. You took an oath to follow the Constitution. That means you have to actually follow it and not go with whatever your political ideology is and allow that to determine what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, I agree. And look, I'm happy because we don't ever see anyone held to account. And the only way to stop it is to start handing out prison sentences for doing it. If you don't do that, it will never stop. It will only increase. So increase in severity and frequency, we don't want that.
All right, guys, this is the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed. Please hit that like button, comment, and share this out to everybody.
Thanks for being here.